Do you realize I've been waiting for you for hours?
I was busy.
Until this hour?
I was looking after a young lady who had a bad accident. I wasn't particularly bothered about budgeting my time.
Perhaps if you were, it would have helped. At least you might arrive home in a little better mood.
If I am not in a good mood, sir, I have a very good reason. I lost her.
I apologize. But I'm sure you've learned to take these kind of things in stride.
Let me tell you something about being a doctor, Father. You can practice all of your life, and you never learn how to take a patient's death in stride. I don't, anyway. You wanted to talk to me. Any particular reason?
Well, of course there's a reason. You realize that damn spa opens tomorrow?
Yes, I know. Monica mentioned it. Why?
Well, Lila plans to go to the opening.
So?
Alan, think. We've got to prevent her from going anywhere near that place.
Yes. My mind's still in the emergency room. No, we mustn't let Mother get anywhere near Beatrice.
Exactly. But that's not the worst of it.
Then what?
Well, I'll probably have another heart attack, and this time it could very well be the end of me.
We are not going to let that happen. Believe me, I know how important it is that Mother doesn't get anywhere near that spa tomorrow.
Not tomorrow or the day after, any time in the future. Not as long as Beatrice is in the picture.
All right. Question is, how are we going to do it? I mean, all of her friends are going to be there. I mean, she's going to feel completely out of it. It's like not inviting her to the party of the season.
Well, she can't very well go to the party if she's on a plane to Palm Beach in the morning, can she?
How are we going to get her to go to Palm Beach? If she doesn't want to go, she won't go. I mean, you know Mother.
She'll go if you say her health demands it.
Father, her health is excellent.
Alan, I don't give a damn how you stop her. I just don't want those two within a mile of each other. And I certainly don't want to end up in the damn middle.
No, we can't let that happen.
Well, then figure out some way, because of health, to get her on a plane for Palm Beach in the morning. Early in the morning.
We could tell her there's something terrible going around Port Charles.
Like what, the plague?
That's a little drastic.
Well, the situation calls for drastic, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid she'd smell a rat. That would really be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
What is ridiculous, Alan?
What, Mother?
I distinctly heard you say that something was ridiculous.
Yes, the news that I heard on the car radio while I was driving home was ridiculous.
Really? What news, Edward?
Alan will tell you, dear.
Alan?
You know the spa's supposed to open tomorrow.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm so looking forward to it.
It's not opening tomorrow. What I heard on the radio was that a water main broke right underneath the spa, and they had to postpone it.
Really? Oh, no.
Yes, it's really terrible. They said the repairs might even take weeks.
Oh, what a shame. Don't you think it's a shame, Edward?
Oh, I do, dear. It's a great pity, but, well, you know, they say there's good in everything.
Even in a broken water main?
Darling, I was thinking about you. I mean, now you can go back to Palm Beach tomorrow, maybe even catch an early flight, and, well, come back, you know, several weeks from now when the spa opens again.
I don't think that's a bad idea, Mother.
I think it's an excellent idea. It's too damn cold around here anyway. It'd certainly be a great relief to me to know that you were not exposed to a chill.
You are so thoughtful, Edward. You know, sometimes I forget how concerned you are with my comfort.
Seldom leaves my mind, darling.
And you know, you may be right. Shall we go upstairs, darling? I've asked Stella just to bring us trays in our suite.
Oh, well, but you will go to Palm Beach tomorrow, then?
Well, now that you suggest it, yes, I think perhaps I will. Oh, poor Celia. She was so looking forward to that opening.
Mm. You are a miracle worker.
If I was a miracle worker, that girl would still be alive.
Early, but Edward insisted. Isn't this marvelous? It just looks great, doesn't it, Edward?
I don't see Alan or Jimmy Lee. They should have been back from the airport an hour ago. Something has gone wrong. Now, I know it.
Don't worry. Everything is just fine. They're going to be here.
Would anyone like a tour? I've still got a minute or two before I have to change.
Well, yes. I think that's a great idea. Come on, Edward.
You
After
go
all,
ahead,
you own
Mom.
most of this
Come on,
place.
you go ahead. I'll stay here and keep an eye on the door.
Meanwhile, I'd better pass the word that it's time to start changing.
All right.
This way, Monica.
Lead the way.
Oh, all right. This way. Behave yourself. I want everything perfect. Ladies, it's time to change, okay?
Right? Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, did she get off all right?
Of course, if she hadn't, you would have known about it.
Well, what took so long?
We went home to change.
Our home?
Yeah, Jimmy Lee dropped his clothes off, and then we went back there. If you would have hung on instead of rushing off, you would have known about this an hour before.
Who cares? I know now. Lila's off my back, and I can finally relax. Let's see if we can find a drink somewhere.
Hi.
Lee, I have got to tell you about that pool.
You don't have to tell us. I built it.
No, seriously,
Come
you've
on,
got
let's
to
have
see
I
it.
want a drink.
Honestly, I have never seen
never gets
anything.
After all these years, and you're still the same charmer you always were.
Well, I paid your compliment, Beatrice. Now, why are you so suspicious?
Suspicious. I'm adoring every moment of it.
Oh, Edward, yes, I think it's time for your tour.
Yeah, I'll come and get you when I'm ready. Now, where was I, dear?
I'm afraid I must go back to work, dear. You go along with your children. It's been lovely chatting with you, Ed. Excuse me.
If I'd wanted a babysitter, I would have hired one.
You're only looking out for your best interests.
Lila's halfway to Palm Beach by now.
And you were almost halfway to the Paradise Motel.
Oh, please. Beatrice has much more class than that.
Unfortunately, you don't.
And if you have another glass of champagne, we're going to take you home.
Here, put the bread on.